We've had to endure 22 years of this man. How long must we endure these? How long do we have to live with them? When you realize that a parliamentarian's job, if properly done, is a thankless one, you might begin to wonder why anyone would want the job, let alone cling on to it. But if you have had to sell your soul, like so many of these eager beaver politicians have had to in order to get there, you might too. Make no mistake, their eagerness to get into Parliament is not born out of a great love for you, me, or this country. They bring new meaning to the adage, God helps those who help themselves. So, why do these eager beaver helping themselves politicians keep getting sent back to Parliament? Gerrymandering, rigging, vote buying, phantom voters, and the likes all aside. Often it's also because those better, integrity-conscious, honest, upstanding members of civil society will not come forward to offer themselves as alternative choices to those eager beaver helping themselves politicians. These I call the reluctant politicians. They see the need to bring about change in the governance of the nation. They want the change, and badly, and they will make that known. Yet, they will not take that ultimate step to bring about that change. These reluctant politicians are the ones who will not step into the political ring, take on one in power, and make a real effort to replace these eager beaver helping themselves politicians. Why? The reasons are simply too numerous and varied to mention, ranging from, I don't have the stomach for politics, I'm busy, I have young children, or my wife won't let me. In truth, all these reasons lead to one end. Yes, I want change, but never mind, let someone else walk my talk.
In terms of governance, we've gone back to the state of the ancient tribe. An elite group wields total power.
Since the 80s, they have taken our institutions of state and our economy as their own.
How did that happen? How did that happen? We allowed it. We feel frustrated. Why? We feel powerless. Why? Why? We allowed it. We allowed it. Frustrated, helpless, we looked the other way. Rice bowl mentality. Because we only love ourselves. We only love ourselves. We don't care that there are marginalized Malaysians. It's easier not to know.
Sekarang ni cuma buat kerja-kerja kampung gitulah. Rumah PPAT, rumah penduduk miskin lah. Dalam 300 lebih gitulah. Kadang-kadang kurang lagi pun ada, kadang lebih pada tu pun ada. Harapan kita biar dia sekolah betul-betul lah untuk dia. Sebab dia pun pernah minta komputer, kata mana ada nak, dia minta komputer nak belajar, tapi kata ayah mana ada mampu nak beli macam tu kau.
Kita. Oh, macam dah lama dah duduk sini?
Lama dah, dalam 10 tahun lah.
10 tahun sebelum ni?
Sebelum ni, tak kerja luar lah.
Kerja luar lah. Sekarang duduk sini kerja kat mana?
Kerja sini tak ada, saya cuma tanam padi, tanam letak, tanam pisang.
Setiap hari pergi kerja lah?
Saya kerja.
Pendapatan macam mana, cukup tak untuk saya hidup kat sana lah?
Ya memang kalau dibanding memang tak cukup lah.
Tak cukup lah.
Sebab pendapatan kita tak tetap gitu. Kalau macam pendapatan ni susah kita nak agak.
சாப்பாடு யாரு காசு கொடுத்தா தான் இது சாப்பிடுறது, இல்லைன்னா போய் அந்த
என்ன வயசு? கூட பிறந்தவங்க இல்ல உங்க குடும்பத்தில் உள்ளவங்க யாரும் வந்து உங்களை பார்த்து கூட பிறந்தவங்க போயிட்டாங்க. எத்தனை வருஷமா நீங்க இங்க தங்கி இருக்கீங்க இந்த இடத்துல, இந்த வீட்டுல? 30 வருஷம் கூட இங்க இருக்கீங்க. அப்ப வந்து இந்த ரோடு இல்ல, நீங்க வந்த பிற்பாடுதான் இந்த ரோடு செஞ்சு. வேற யாரும் உதவியும் உங்களுக்கு ஒண்ணும் இல்ல? தெரிஞ்சவங்க இப்படி போனதான் வந்ததான்.
As I criticize you, I criticize myself. How do you feed a 5 individual household in KL and give them a decent life on 1,500 a month? How? BN doesn't care. BN doesn't care. The police force, they were supposed to do our job. They were supposed to protect Coogan for us. When they killed Coogan, we killed Coogan because they were our representatives policing. But it's so easy to say bloody useless police and blame them, feel distanced, removed, not taking ownership of the institutions and the processes in this country. We divorce ourselves from these processes. But these are our own. And we abdicate the responsibility that we owe to our fellow citizens. And that's what's been happening in this country for the last 30, 40 years. Our own apathy, our unwillingness. Let's be honest. How many of us, let's be honest, have said what opposition means? Economy unstable. Think about it for yourself. What opposition, economy unstable. And you start to think about repayment on car HP installments, the house installments. So how do we change this? How do we get people to get up, take responsibility, take ownership? You talk about, I've grown tired of listening to, I love my country. I love my country. Have you all seen how our forests are being ravaged? What are we doing? Taib is working overtime to take as much as he can before he retires. That's the land. People, our own people, Coogan. Look at the number that have died. Look at the Orang Asli that are, they are the original people in this country. Do you know in Article 153, the one that the Malays say gives them their special rights, it talks about the special position of the Malays and the indigenous of Sabah and Sarawak and the legitimate interests of other communities. Orang Asli were overlooked. They were overlooked in 1957, they were overlooked by those who were drafting the constitution, and they are continued to be overlooked by the government and by the rest of us. They are left behind. And we go to our houses of worship and we pray. Then what? I've shared with you what I've shared with you today in the hope that you'll go back and think for yourself what I am a Malaysian means to you. I will tell you what it means to me. I will give my life for my fellow Malaysians. I think they deserve at least that much. This is a beautiful country, but it is being plagued, it is being ripped apart by racist, self-centered, egoistic, greedy politicians and feeding their own. If we won't rise to help the less fortunate in this country, nobody else will. Right? I'm going to leave you to take back and to think what I am a Malaysian means to you. And maybe after you've given it enough thought, if you feel that you do love this country, then think about what you can do to make it a better place for the less fortunate.
So who are these reluctant politicians? Where are they? Are you one of them? Do you see what is happening to our country, cry out for change, but would rather sit back and let someone else walk your talk? You will find these reluctant politicians amongst your friends, your fathers, your mothers, husbands, wives, brothers, sisters. Tell them it is time we stopped blaming the eager beaver helping themselves politicians for the state of the country. Tell them the fault lies with those who could do better but choose to do nothing but talk. Tell them that if they don't go beyond the talk, the change that they want will not happen.